Welcome to this special edition of Events.com's Ask an Event Pro, brought to you by RunningUSA. My name is Bob Babbitt. Our guest, Tracey Russell from Skechers Performance, LA Marathon, and the Olympic Trials. You've got a few things going on this week.
Yeah, it's a really exciting week. We're calling it an epic week for the sport of running here in Los Angeles.
I love that. So, as somebody who was involved in her own Olympic trials and swimming way back in the day, to be involved in bringing in Olympic trials for the marathon to LA, how special was that for you?
It's really been neat, to be on the athlete side. Certainly, as you said, it was a long time ago, and it was in the sport of swimming.
Yes.
But it's really been fun to be with an incredible team that we have here that have really just rolled out the red carpet, as we like to say in Los Angeles, and just creating a stage for the best marathoners in our sport in the city of Los Angeles. We couldn't ask for anything bigger.
In terms of the event itself, multiple loop course, spectator friendly, TV friendly, how long did it take to design this course with that in mind?
And certainly knowing that it's the Olympic trials, we had several people advising us. So it wasn't just our team at, the Los Angeles Marathon, but it was, a group of folks from USA Track and Field, United States Olympic Committee, NBC. So, it took several months because we, listened to suggestions. We certainly wanted to create a competitive course.
Right.
That also tied in iconic landmarks. So where else in Los Angeles do you want to be running by but the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, where women's marathon basically was born in the Olympics in 1984. So for us, it's how do we carry that through, to a competitive course for the athletes this year.
And when you look at having Meb Keflezighi back here, 40 years old, going to his fourth Olympic team, that's a great story in itself because it'll probably be a little warm out there on Saturday, which if you think back to Meb's history, Athens, silver medal, hot, people sort of falling apart in front of him. It's sort of set up for someone like Meb to do well.
Yeah, it's certainly in his ties here to California and Southern California,
UCLA,
especially with UCLA. Now, he did tell me, why do I have to run through the campus of USC 4 times? But aside from that, I know we've got a good contingency of UCLA alumni planning to be out along the course. But yeah, absolutely. With the warmer conditions, a month ago, we weren't sure if we'd be planning for heavy rains because of the El Nino forecast.
Right.
But certainly with the warmer temperatures, we're going to, be able to emulate more of the climate that these athletes will be competing in Rio.
So how do you balance, you're involved obviously intimately with the Olympic Marathon trials on Saturday, and then on Valentine's Day, the day later, you're putting on the Stadium to the Sea Skechers Performance LA Marathon. How do you balance between two world-class events basically over the same weekend?
It's really about the team you surround yourself with, and we really have been incredibly fortunate. Our team at Conquer Endurance Group, our new master brand, have incredible subject matter experts. And then we also knew that it would be really important for our team, a lot of them, to stay focused on Sunday. So we went out, tapped a lot of experts in the running industry and said, be an extension to our team. So folks like Josh Nemser from Boston, Sam Grotwald from the New York Roadrunners, David Grice from Austin, they've been a core part of our operational team on Saturday and athlete services team on Saturday and for the trials. That's what's allowing us to really be able to balance 2 mega marathons a day apart.
So talk a little bit about Conquer Endurance and what you guys are doing, because you've expanded. I think you have a half marathon in Pasadena at the Rose Bowl, and expanding around Southern California. Do you see yourself expanding outside of Southern California?
Well, I think for us, first of all, but our parent name or our DBA used to be LA Marathon LLC, and we figured, as we want to grow the portfolio, we really went through an incredible process with an amazing agency here in town called Innovation Protocol to really look at what's that master brand, knowing we've got some really strong daughter brands like Skechers Performance, Los Angeles Marathon, but as we look to grow the portfolio, really put a stake in the ground that we're doing some fun things here in Southern California. We, announced last month that our new brand name is Conquer Endurance Group, which really is all about channeling the vibrancy of Los Angeles through experiences for both individuals and communities to exceed extraordinary limits. And so, as you mentioned, adding the Pasadena Half Marathon at the Rose Bowl, will finish on the field of the iconic Rose Bowl.
Wow.
That'll be in January of 2017. So for us, it's really creating the year-round opportunities for both participants to be with us year-round as well as corporate partners. And so it's really just capitalizing on Southern California, as you know, hotbed for endurance sports, and just putting our brand around a few more events. In terms of the future, we're not sure where it's going to take us. Right now, we know we've got a few cool opportunities here to just further our portfolio with events in Los Angeles and some running programs. Take LA Roadrunners possibly to a year-round instead of just focused on the 6 months leading up to the marathon. So, it's for us, we built this brand so that we can evolve and grow into a global brand.
One of the best programs that's come out of LA over the years is Students Run LA. I just think that has changed lives for the better all over the city. Is that something that might expand outside of just LA or Skechers Performance LA Marathon?
Well, they already are. So I'm a board member of Students Run LA, and you're right, it is an amazing program. And 27th year this year, over 57,000 students have completed the Los Angeles Marathon through that program. And love this data point. 98% of the students who cross the finish line at our marathon go on and graduate from high school.
Which, if you look back 15 years, probably 20%, 30% are graduating from high school, maybe.
It's really done what you want a youth running program to do, and just instill, goal setting and discipline and camaraderie, that running, whether we're adults or whether you're a high school student here in Los Angeles and you're part of Students Run LA. But they do have 1 or 2 satellite programs already and have for a few years around the U.S.
And when I look at high school kids getting in the running, sometimes the follow-up of that is all of a sudden mom and dad decide, wow, look at Jimmy, all of a sudden he's really being successful. Maybe this can change the whole family dynamic.
You hit the nail on the head, and our kickoff to Marathon Week starts with the 26th mile, an event that we do in partnership with LA Unified School Districts. We had over 3,000 kids run their final mile at Dodger Stadium this past Sunday, and it is our kind of kickoff every year to Marathon Week is allowing these kids the opportunity over 8 to 10 weeks to run that marathon, finishing with their final mile at Dodger Stadium. And what's great is they do exactly what you're saying. They take their ideas, they learn about nutrition, and they bring that home, and it has that ripple effect.
So you had to move your marathon up, which is normally March, to February, to Valentine's Day. Obviously the positive is Valentine's Day is sort of cool. But moving your event up a month, they gave you a month less to prepare, plus the Olympic Marathon. How tough was all of that?
Again, I go back to teamwork, and whether it's our core team, certainly our cities that we run through on with our Sunday race, they were on board. They said, we're happy to do this. We know it's an important event for the Olympic trials to be here in Los Angeles. So I think certainly, it was requiring a lot of people to get behind this when we started to really see that this could be a possibility in Los Angeles. And from a timing perspective, we knew that this was the year that we were gonna just go and really focus on executing 2 great events back to back. But I can tell you, our team's excited that we have 13 months until the 2017 Skechers Performance Los Angeles Marathon.
For people who have not run the Stadium to the Sea course, talk a little bit about what makes it special.
Yeah, I often say it's a backstage pass to the most glamorous city in the world. By running from Stadium to the Sea, you go through some of the coolest neighborhoods we have here in Southern California. And they're all so different, ethnically, energy-wise. You go from downtown Little Tokyo, you're going through my neighborhood of Los Feliz, you go through Hollywood, West Hollywood, Beverly Hills. A lot of runners love to run down Rodeo Drive. They may never shop or they window shop, but they get a taste of Beverly Hills, Century City, and then, certainly everybody loves when they get on San Vicente and they're headed to the ocean. Santa Monica welcomes them, and the cooler breezes, we hope, often will welcome them too, to just finish in what we think is one of the prettiest finish lines in the world.
So between now and Sunday, will you get any sleep at all?
We've got a lot going on. Earlier in the week, a little restless, had a good night Tuesday. Last night, though, the wheels are turning, and it's hard to turn that off at night. But we know, and I keep coaching our team, that every chance you can, just to kind of bring it down a notch so that we're ready, because this is an endurance sport of our own, putting on these 2 events.
I love it. Tracey, congratulations on everything you've done. I love having the Olympic Marathon trials here. I think it just energizes the entire Southern California region, having the Olympic Marathon trials here.
It is, and Los Angeles just bleeds Olympic fever here. We have DNA in our city that really just loves to support Olympians.
Love it. Tracey Russell has been our guest. Hold on, everyone. We will be right back.
Hi, it's Dana here from Events.com. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more tips, tricks, or just to say hi.